Hi, welcome to the Delectable Vegan. Today we're going to be making chickpea samosas. For the filling, we will need 2 cups of chickpeas, 2 cups of grated soy chunks, 1 onion that has been diced, 3 cloves of garlic that have been crushed, half a cup of sun-dried tomatoes that have been soaked and blended. We will need an array of spices: 1 teaspoon of lemongrass, 1 teaspoon of caraway seeds, 1 teaspoon of a chicken-like seasoning, which is optional, 1 teaspoon of Italian herbs, 1/3 of a teaspoon of cardamon, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of coriander, and 1 teaspoon of salt. We will also need a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. The first step is to place all our herbs and spices in a pan and add about 2 tablespoons of oil, and we place this on a medium heat for approximately 30 seconds, after which we are going to add our onions and our garlic. We will also place about 2 tablespoons of water in this mixture. When this is sufficiently mixed in, we go to the next process of adding our grated soya chunks, and this is starting to smell very fragrant, so I am going to mix this in as well, and then I am going to cover it and let it sit for about a minute. After about a minute, you can see that everything is nicely mixed inside, so I am going to add our ground sun-dried tomatoes to this mixture, and I'm going to mix this nicely around. I will cover this for about 5 minutes after mixing everything properly and let it cool down so that I can work on the other parts of the recipe. For our samosas, we will need the chickpea mixture that was prepared earlier. We will need also a dough that has been raised. It is similar to the sprouted sweet dough that is made in the first recipe, with a few omissions and additions. Please check the description box for these. We will also need melted coconut oil. We start off with about 1/4 of a cup. The first thing I'm going to do is to divide this dough into 2 so that I can work with it easier, and then I'm going to roll it out into a nice round shape with a very thin width. This is nice and sufficiently thin. I will cut it into a half, and I'm going to make my samosa cone, which is just simply a fold like that. So that's what we end up with a little pocket inside. And then I will pat this down together. If yours does not stick, you could add some water. And I'm going to get a spoon and put some of this filling in here. So here we have our very first samosa. Now you could fry these. What I'm going to do is to place them on a baking tray and bake them. I will glaze them with some coconut oil first. Finished product. These are our wonderful samosas, our chickpea samosas. They just smell fragrant. You could just smell the aroma of the different herbs and spices in there. They're crispy, they're nice to pick, they're not heavily dotted in oil, they're quite healthy for you. So see you next time.